This is the biggest canvas I've ever created. I'm so happy with the results of this canvas. I can't even tell you how happy it makes me. Nothing from start to finish about this canvas went the way I thought it would. Nothing, not one thing. From the upcycle process to the finishing details, this went totally different than I thought. I have three takeaways for you. I am going to save the best one for last.
There were many moments that I thought this might not come together, and there were times where I had to just step away for a bit and come back to it later.
So, to start off, number one is at the risk of stating the obvious, everything changes when you scale up. This might be a no brainer for you, but I'm ADHD and I jump right in. The scale and how that would change things never occurred to me. I just imagined it going the same way it always goes when I do it on a smaller scale. Hi, buddy. Do you want to come up and be in the video? When you're neurospicy, you have to take breaks to pet your kitty. This is a scale that I've done hundreds of times. I can do it in my sleep. I don't get tired of it, by the way. Each one turns out a little different, and that's part of the fun. And I could have done it exactly like this. I could have just replicated this on a larger scale. I could have done the ombre sky with the stencil and the paper paste and just scaled it up. I've been trying to challenge myself to create art just for art's sake and not just have the end result in mind. This was the safe end result. I just wanted to do a different sky, and I had some leftover paint pour paint. So I thought, I'm going to do a paint pour sky. That's easy, right? But it wasn't. I won't go into the detail about how poorly scaling up a paint pour this size went in this video. I have a whole video about it and I'll link it below for you. Let's just say it didn't go as planned. And the end result was totally different.
The paint pour was just the beginning of my challenges on this bigger canvas. And actually, the results of the paint pour pushed me in a different direction. So even though the paint pour didn't come out exactly as I envisioned it as a beautiful sky background, the movement of this top wave that just kind of happened, as I'm looking at the canvas and really spending time trying to visualize it coming together, I just got stuck on this beautiful wave. And once I put my horizon line in, then I started adding a little bit of white seafoam and action in the movement of this wave. I had so much fun doing that.
I don't think I actually know. I wouldn't be as happy with this if it was just a replica of this. So I was basically working through a new design. And that was exciting for me because what I did so effortlessly from repetition became something totally new. I really had to think about this canvas differently.
And let's talk a minute about expectation versus reality. Many times we avoid trying things or quit too soon because we think that we should be further along. We watch someone who's been doing it a long time and we expect to have a similar result, but that's just not realistic.
Number two is you can't cheat experience. While it's wonderful to watch people create in a way that looks effortless because they've been doing it a long time. It's inspiring, right? But then when we sit down to try it, we may not have the same results.
On a smaller canvas, I've always just built the waves in sort of horizontal lines. I would create some movement, not a lot, but this big wave that has so much movement from the paint pour, it forced me to create more movement with my fabric and paper. There was no way I could put straight, calm lines in front of this big wave. And it was the best thing ever because it not only led to me changing the shape of the fabric. I'm no longer cutting my denim and my paper in these long strips, and I had prepped them in all these long strips, and now I had to completely reconfigure and create some curved pieces and layer them differently.
I'm so excited about what I learned, and I'm so excited to take it into the next projects that I'm going to do.
I spent more time sitting back and looking at the wave as I built it and really looking at the colors and contrast. Because of the paint technique that I did in the paint pour wave, it inspired me to use some more white fabric as a highlight in my paper and fabric waves.
You can't cheat experience. We all have some natural talent, but we also can just learn skills. If you feel like you lack the talent, just learn the skills. If you do feel like you have some talent, still learn the skills. You are worth the time it takes to learn a skill. You are worth the time it takes to get proficient at a skill. You are worth the time it takes to immerse yourself in experience in a process that can just be fun. You don't have to do it for the end result. Everything you do in art and life is going to inform the next thing you do. You just can't cheat experience. You can't cheat time. You can't cheat experience. And speaking of time, that brings me to number 3, which is the most important one. I actually said these words on my last video. I've just decided we don't need more time. You just need more freedom. You know, that recording in our brains that plays over and over again telling us there's no time, there's no time. Life is so fast. Life is going by so fast. I do a lot of things that steal my time. Doom scrolling is one of them. So how you spend your time is up to you. And I personally am taking control of my time. Whatever is holding you back, I promise you 100% there's a way to overcome it. If you've been watching my videos at all for a little while, I've discovered some freedom in the way that I choose to make mixed media, and I want to keep exploring those freedoms. I'm probably one of the most minimal mixed media artists out there. This is an upcycled canvas. This did involve pour medium, but my typical designs are acrylic paint, a little paper, and that's it. So hopefully that gives you some freedom. So let's recap. When you scale up, it changes everything. But don't skip that experience because you cannot cheat experience. And to have experience, you don't need more time. You just need more freedom. So in some upcoming videos, I'm going to talk more about what freed me. I've developed an ADHD-friendly organization system that goes from how I set up my space to how I manage my steps and processes. So I'm going to share more of that in hopes to give you the same freedom. Luca would love it if you would give us a like. Right, buddy? Right, buddy? Yeah. Talk about spicy.